And I'm back. It's the 24th of July today, and it will be my third diary entry. Yeah, a lot to talk about. A lot to talk about. I actually got my 10K account from, I forgot which firm I'm using for the 10K, Alpha something, I think. So they gave me the credentials for that. So the 110K is official. I'm kind of on the 100K that I've already passed. I'm down around $150. And then I still have about three other challenge accounts, a 50K, another 100K, and a 25K. So I need to try my best to, prioritize that. It'd be nice if by the end of the year I've kind of passed them all and had maybe one or two payouts. That'd be really, really amazing. As you will see very soon, my PMO streak is back to zero. Yeah, it was on 6 days, and I just brought it back to zero. I don't know how to feel about that, to be honest. No, I know exactly how to feel about that. I'm disappointed in myself. I'm glad there wasn't anything I could watch, right? I blocked myself off quite well. But when the thought already was in my mind, and in a way, I guess I had let it sit and fester, and I didn't, even though I tried to redirect my mind again, I didn't know how. It really sucks. It sucks. I was actually watching a documentary on crack. Again, remember I'm on that whole thing of not watching any Netflix shows, blah blah blah. So every time I watch something, it needs to be either a YouTube video or a movie. And I was watching a documentary on crack and kind of what crack did to the neighborhoods in America and to the black communities and to mothers. And a lot of what the crack addicts would talk about was how they had no control. They became somebody else, something else. They didn't care about anything else except getting more crack, right? And I was watching it and I felt terrible for them, for the families, for the violence that came from the dealers. It was horrific. But I can understand the feeling of not being in control of yourself, of an itch you have to scratch. Some of the abusers were saying how it called you. You just needed to have more, and it's kind of like that in a way when it comes to these habitual sins I'm facing. It's once it's in my mind and the thought has sort of settled, I can try and swat it away as much as I can, but it wants to be felt, it wants to be heard, it wants to be expressed, and I just don't have the answer yet on what to do. It sucks because recently, I obviously, had the conversation about stepping up in church and trying to play a better role, a bigger role, trying to not let my relationship with Christ be something based on what I do, but let it be real and consistent. And then I do this, and then I do this. It just sucks a lot. It sucks so much. It sucks. It sucks. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it so much. I hate it. I hate what I do. I hate. I made a point that I'm going to read the Bible regardless today. I didn't get the chance in the morning. Had an assignment due that was due at 8 a.m. So I was up from 2 trying to finish that. So I never really got the chance. So I said, today you're going to read the Bible. You sinned, yes. You asked for forgiveness, yes. So you're going to read, you can open your Bible and you're going to read it. And not because you're checking off a box, but that's how you get to know God. That's how you learn more about Him. That's how He changes you from the inside out. Yes, you messed up. Yes, God hates sin, but He doesn't hate you. And it doesn't change your standing with Him. But if you're going to stay in the same place and stay stuck, then yes. then we're gonna have a problem. So I look above and I say, Lord, help me. Anyway, I'm actually volunteering at a cybersecurity event tomorrow, so I have to be up bright and early. I'm excited about it a little bit. Also, I don't think I think I mentioned in the other videos that I'm prepping to write my CCNA, which is going not so good lately. I'm doing Jeremy's IT lab. I'm on day 20, but I've been on day 20 for like a week. So I really just need to get my ducks in a row when it comes to that. I want to try and push it a little bit today. I'm recording this at half past what 7, so I can put in a good 2 3 hour session. I know I'm being a little bit hopeful, but you gotta try at least. So I need to just focus on trying to do that. I kind of went back because VLANs trapped me. For those of you who don't know what that means, it means it is showing me flames. So I'm kind of going back, going through the labs, just to make sure I know what I'm doing, even though I don't, but I'm hoping I will. Right now, I was just redoing day 15, which was subnetting. So my plan is to do day 15, day 16, day 17, day 18, and I think day 19 is also might also be on my list. I actually want to check quick. I'm not sure now. Let me see. Yeah, I want to do day 15, 16, 17, 18, and 19. So I have quite a few labs to try and do. And that's just to kind of cement some of the work that I've previously done. Just I don't want to move on in these things I don't really understand. Obviously, I'm writing in September, so I still have the whole of August. And I think I'm writing at the end of September, so I have even until the end of September. So there's that. I don't really have anything else to say other than I am a bit tired. Yo, I'm tired. As I'm recording this, I'm really thinking, do you really think you're gonna do the CCNA? Don't say that. Come on, man. No one's gonna be there to help me when I'm writing that exam. It's me be me with the help of the Lord. God can't make me remember things I didn't study. So, and that's at work. Work is going really well, I think. I'm being assigned a lot of work. I'm being assigned so many tickets, firewall tickets, email security tickets. I'm finding it quite exciting, a little overwhelming, but exciting. I'm hoping to just continue kind of showing up, learning. So yeah, that's me. I don't really have anything else to add. So I think I'm gonna end it here on a clean 8 minutes and 30 seconds. Bye. The audio is actually going to change a little bit because I was just sitting here and had a thought um, that I just really wanted to express. And I went onto my different laptop. The first part was essentially recorded on my work laptop, but I don't want it to take too long. So there's, some stuff I don't really want to admit, but to keep it light, there is someone that is attractive to me for all the wrong reasons, right? And it's not someone I can stay away from or ignore. I don't want to say it's work related because it's not work related, but getting messages. But it's someone I'm working with. It's a community, and the guy's attractive for different reasons, right? Money, confidence, um, very confident in himself, the works. Or maybe that's about as deep as it can get. Oh, and he has this thing of multiple women. I don't know why we always attracted to the bad ones, but it's giving that vibe. But I was just thinking, having a thought, right? Yes, I battle with, you know, thoughts and ideas, wanting to, fantasies, imagination, running away. I deal with that, I battle with it. And sometimes it unfortunately runs away in that direction, right? Where I'm thinking about that person. But I was thinking, like, would I ever do anything? I had one of my fantasy imaginations, and I was meeting my boyfriend, and he was there, and I was acting a certain way towards my boyfriend. Of course, I love him. And he noticed, and then we jumped to him having a conversation. And essentially, long story short, I was like, I could never do anything to hurt him. I love him. And it's not that I don't want to. I mean, come on. We're human, but that's not an excuse. It's definitely not. But I just mean that, of course, you want to let the flesh do what the flesh wants. But essentially, what I was saying is that I couldn't do that to him. I don't want to do that to him. I love him. And anything that's going to hurt him, I don't want to do that to him. And again, what am I even exchanging it for? Right? Like I said, he's a very interesting character. So I do something, and then what? What do I gain? I lose. I lose so much. And literally, as I'm having these thoughts, I realize something. I'm like, that's how it's supposed to be with God. I'm going to cry, but I don't want to cry. Right? That's how it's supposed to be with God. We're supposed to have an intimate and real and raw attachment to him, if I can call it that. That, yes, sin calls us. It wants us to run to it. It wants us to bow to it. But the idea of hurting the one we love, the idea of even for a second having to look at them and in shame, it's like, I was thinking, I was like, with the boyfriend analogy, right? I was like, not an analogy, whatever. My thoughts, I was like, he's safe. I love him. More, I would be losing out, right? He's amazing and loving and kind and sweet, and it's, I don't want to say for better or for worse. We're not married, but you know what I mean. It's real, and he's seen me in my good times. He's seen me in my bad times, and he still shows up for me. But I'm like, that is what it's supposed to be for God, and our sin. Yes, again, it calls us, but our need for intimacy with God, our need to, that thing to, I don't know, I don't even know if I'm making sense when I'm explaining it. And I'm like, I shouldn't want to sin, right? No, that's not the right way to put it. Temptations are going to come, they're going to call, right? Like I said previously in the first recording, right? It wants you. But the idea of hurting God, the idea of hurting someone you love, the idea of hurting someone who's given you so much of themselves should be, the idea of even doing something should repulse you. And I don't know if I'm even making an accurate enough comparison, but it just came to my mind, and I felt like I wanted to say something about it. And I guess really the thought going through my mind is, how do I have that relationship with God? Not a boyfriend relationship, obviously. That's not what I mean. But one where the idea of sin, or sins that are within my control, right? Sins that I can say no to, at least, right? That are in my domain of control. I should run from them, flee from them, because of what I could lose in the process. I don't know. Again, I don't even know if I'm making sense, but I just felt like I really wanted to add that, and hopefully I pray to revelation of some kind, that there needs to be an exploration, a need, a want, a desire for a deeper and more intimate relationship with God that goes beyond him just being a rule maker, and him just being someone, a way to dodge hell, essentially. Again, I don't want to make these videos long, so I'm gonna end it here. I guess to end it off, I want to say, well, how do you find intimacy with God? Where do you find it? What do you do to get it? Because it seems like it's really the only way to stop certain deeds. I don't know. And why do you want to stop certain deeds? Because they affect your relationship with Him. They affect your ability to come to Him. I'm yapping again. Bye.